What's the Not Your Finest Hour podcast? What is that all? I mean, I've heard stories.
Not Our Finest Hour podcast. I'll have to check out one of these days when I get a minute to listen to it. I've been told it's not for everyone. Just the general reviews I hear on it. It has been getting really good reviews.
And I've never personally listened to it, but I have heard it's not for everyone.
I listened to the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Just great podcast. I've really enjoyed that.
I'm not endorsing anything, but what Caleb told me, he said, don't endorse anything unless you listen to it first.
I do once in a while listen in, and it's a lot of fun, but I do got to be careful. It is not for everyone.
Caleb Allman is always dropping nugs that it's one of the most value-added shows out there.
Of course, through all the Not Our Finest Hour, you guys poking fun at so much different stuff is absolutely killer.
I don't feel any oppression tonight. In fact, I feel very free. Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Thanks for being here.
I'm Interlock In, and I wouldn't fucking miss the Not Our Finest Hour podcast for nothing.
Welcome to the beginning of the podcast where there's going to be a 9:30 cutoff. We're starting at 8 because my life is totally fucked up and I was super late to this. So
at least you're working.
Yeah, working on dealing with endless broken shit for sure.
Yeah. You packed away the fall's problems and now you're dealing with them in the spring.
I think some problems have been created in the spring too. I think there's some truth to the fact that I packed away some problems, but I think I've also there's a whole bunch of opening up problems. Like it just fucking we took our little bin truck and we got it certified so we had one bin truck available. Two of them weren't getting certified. We got one back. We got the other one back. Today we took the third one in to get certified. In that time, I think it's the injectors in the pump, or it could be the lower half of the motor blew out of the 06 truck we had. So that truck it still runs, but it won't go over 80, and you're obviously hurting it to drive it. So, that one's done. And then today there was some kind of DEF fluid problem with Cody's other truck. So it's done. And the other one's in the shop. So we're down to 0 bin trucks. And then I concluded in the mass amount of irritation of my life that I'm converting to the Chad system of anything that pisses me off is leaving. As soon as something pisses me off, I'm done. It's leaving. I'm done. I don't need so we do have a brand new bin truck coming in 8 weeks. And I'm hoping.
I thought that truck was ready to roll out the door.
It was if I bought the $450,000 one.
Oh,
I did not buy that one because it was pointed out to me that if you buy a truck for $450,000, people will only still pay you the same for it, and it can only work 2,000 hours to pay back the $450,000. But if I bought one truck for $324 and another truck for $300, I have 4,000 working hours to pay back $600,000. So my dream of the really sick, fucking amazing, cool, crazy only one in North America hook truck died on the plate that day when I called Chris, my financial advisor, and he said, "What? You can't buy that truck. You can still only pay back the same amount of money in even though it can do everything you want it to do, you still have to pay back all the money in 2,000 hours a year. You need to buy 2 trucks for $600,000 for 4,000 hours a year." And I was like, "Yeah, that makes a lot of sense." Fuck, my dream of buying.
Yeah,
it's great information. That's why I call, because the guy is substantially smarter than I am. So I call and I ask for advice, and I thought, oh, this was good advice. So we bought the tandem bin truck with the 18-ton hook, and we got airlines and a hitch run to the back, so it'll be able to tow our 20-ton float with a couple machines on it. So it won't be able to tow the 30-ton float with a big excavator on it or something, but it will do a lot. It'll still be able to do a lot of good work for us. But now that truck's, they got to build it, right? The truck exists and the hook exists. They just have to get them to exist together.
So you're one step further than me. Nothing exists right now. My truck was supposed to be in last week, and I haven't heard about it yet.
So I'm a little bit ahead of you, even though I started the process much later.
Yeah. Yep.
I wonder who'll get their truck first.
I bet you. I bet it'll be you. And I'll be fucking cursing about it. I'll be pissed off because I ordered this thing in November or whatever because I needed it for spring. And it's not going to be here.
And then me, who's far less organized than you, wandered in end of March and was like, "Hey man, I gotta have this truck for the spring." And they were like, "Yeah, we can get it done for you."
Yeah, no problem. Mr.
No
King.
problem. You want me to order a second one and then get it so that I can sell it to you when yours doesn't come in?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll order. So I'm now on a mission to delete anything that pisses me off from our yard and from my life.
You
Does
got
that
a lot
mean-
of housekeeping to do then.
Does that mean
What?
that 400,000 kilometer truck's gone?
No, it doesn't piss me off at all.
Okay.
It's a great truck. It doesn't, like, knock on wood, it doesn't break down, it doesn't have problems. It was cheap to fucking it. Like, I'm saying things that piss me off, not things that are old.
Gotcha.
There's old things that are still good, but then there's old things that are just irritating. So I'm going to buy another pickup truck to add to the fleet so that if we have a problem, we have an extra pickup truck in the yard. So we are going to get another pickup truck for the yard, in case but the pickup trucks aren't as annoying as the bin trucks. So,
I was
but
talking
go ahead.
I was talking to my partner today about that. I'm like, do I really have enough trucks, like pickups, to get the guys to work? I'm like, what do you think about a half ton? He's like, I had a half ton before. All it did was piss me off. You can't even carry a packer in the back. like a diesel packer or what, like a diesel plate.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna buy it and then be pissed off with it the whole time. So just get a 3/4 ton. Okay.
Probably he's right.
Yeah. So the search continues.
At some point, don't you think it's easier just to go and buy a brand new one?
Yeah, I do, but I'm also trying to watch what I spend. Because if you haven't noticed, the economy's in the shit and I'm down $25,000 in investments.
Gone up a bit today.
I checked. I didn't see it come back up. I saw it go down. I didn't see it come back up. Maybe there's a delay in it coming back up, but I don't know.
I'll tell you, I've been bringing in some big fucking leads this week.
saw.
Huge leads, yeah. That new system on HomeStars where they like send you the leads for the area and then 10 contractors get to apply and then 3 contractors get selected and only if you get selected you pay for the lead or something. It's some new system. All of a sudden I'm getting like endless emails from HomeStars, but I'll tell you, man, you can never have enough leads to go and clean up $150 square feet of dog shit. Like you can't. Those are the kind of leads you can't pay enough for. Like, yeah,
150 square feet of dog shit. Like actual dog shit?
Yeah, the lead is to pick up 150 square feet of dog poo. That's what it says. That's the lead. 150 to 300. They're not sure how much area the dog shit actually covers. Somewhere between 150 and 300 square feet of dog shit that needs to get cleaned up. Now, 10 of us can apply for that lead. Only 3 of us will be selected. The homeowner will only reach out to 3 of us to come and price the job. I'm interested in actually going through the process on that lead, and I think it would be great content.
I think it would.
These HomeStars leads are my new source of content. I got one today for 5 square feet. That's another one, the story I made today. My HomeStars lead for 5 square feet. Like, what the fuck? like, like, what are you talking about? 5 square feet. And it's like I guarantee it's probably a real lead. That some people message me. They're like, oh, maybe someone like it was an accident. I'm like, no, maybe it's real. I have a lead for cleaning up dog crap and I have a lead for 5 square feet. They're probably both real. And 10 of us are going to apply for them. Only 3 of us will be in the final selection. the final selection of who gets to right. Like there's pavers now that are bigger than 5 square feet.
Oh, yeah.
Paver, a
Yeah.
single paver. I'm gonna get up my vacuum. I'm gonna get my fucking mini excavator. I'm gonna fucking get my molder arm, and I'm gonna fucking stretch it out and put down my 5 square foot paver and float everything the fuck out of there. I'm done. I'm out. See ya. This was a great lead.
Now that's probably the most expensive square footage.
That's probably
Yep.
this 5 square feet
Just
is the
knock
most
the driveway apron off.
fucking crazy. It's
I
this
have
week.
all of these. I bought all these steps unintentionally years ago. Um, I think I've told you about them. They're like Brown's concrete steps. They're like irregular. They're meant to mimic like armor stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought them for a job. Guy canceled the job. I was stuck with 4 pallets. There's 24 steps here that I'm stuck with. So I posted them on Marketplace today. And some guy was interested. He goes, I'm interested in some steps. He's like, do you have someone that can install them too? I'm like, fuck, here we go. He's like, I've included a picture of my walkway. And it's like dog shit. Like, it's not even, it's like made out of like cinder blocks and shit. The railing, like bolted to them and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, this is like minimum 10K. He's like, that's way out of my budget. I'm like, oh, that's your problem. Get lost. Like, my God. What did I get myself into? I'm selling an old circle kit too, if either of you guys are interested.
I'm selling an old circle kit.
It's 11 foot wide, salvaged from a job last year. So it could be yours for $120. Picked up at my yard.
Why did you salvage that?
Because it cost me, uh, let's say $35 to pick it up and put it on a pallet.
I think we actually
Yeah.
talked about this now.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
And it was either that or bury it. And you said I shouldn't be burying things at the yard. So,
I said you shouldn't be burying asphalt.
well,
Like not I did
go to
say
bury
that.
all the concrete you want, but not the asphalt.
You shouldn't be burying things at the yard.
So yeah.
Also, so I went to Boston with Paisley for her last ever soccer trip, like with her team, because in the summer they're all going to university. So they'll come back next summer, and probably some will come back and some won't, and they'll play again together as a team. But they'll, this was like sort of the last, these trips that you go on when you're a kid or whatever. So we're in Boston, and that was the first time that Cody had the bin truck. It leaks, the one that I usually drive, it leaks a little bit of oil. So she told the client, hey, like this leaks a little bit of oil. They said, it's okay, back down the driveway, not a big deal. Just get in and out fast. And she was doing that, no problems. Last bin on the Friday afternoon, second last bin, she's putting down the empty bin on a bin swap, and the lower hydraulic hose coming out of the bottom of the tank blows.
Oh.
Which then, client calls me. He says, I have no other bin trucks because hers is in the shop, and mine has a blown hose, and the little one is hurt, right? So we have no bin trucks again. And so then I call my buddy Rob, and his bin truck is getting certified, because everyone's shit is just stuck at mechanics right now for this new cert system. So then I called Chris. Hey, they had no drivers in. They had all gone home. So then my friend Tyler Carr from Barrie came on Saturday to hook this bin out of the fucking driveway before it sank in the driveway all weekend. And I'm like, so that chaos happened while we were in Boston, which created like Friday afternoon being a fucking shit show. Then on Saturday afternoon, it was wet and slippery, and Kelly was out with Nate practicing driving, and the car slid turning the corner and hit the curb and bounced into another car. Which they're okay, which is all that really matters. But the car was a write-off. So now to add to the chaos of the dying bin trucks and the many leads coming in from Homestars, which is just hard to deal with when you're getting leads that serious. Paisley can't drive herself around anymore. So now she's got to get driven to soccer as well because she has no car. So we need to deal with that problem, is to go buy a car.
What happened to the Veloster in all this?
It's the one that got written off.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
The Veloster is dead. That was the car that got written off. So they're coming to tow it out of our, because all of this shit happened like a block from our house. So they are coming to tow the car away. I thought they would give Kelly like $2,500 for the Veloster, but for some reason they give her like almost 11 grand.
Wow.
What? Oh, like insurance.
Yeah, insurance company. I was like, she's like, what do you think we'll get for it? I'm like, I don't know, like $2,500. Like, I don't know. Like it's like a 2016 Veloster, 9-year-old Veloster. Like,
wow.
For some reason, they judged this Veloster to be worth $9,000 or $11,000.
Great.
Fucking amazing. I'm sure they'll get it. I'm sure they'll get it back when they jack Kel's insurance rate. But
yeah.
So I'm at a crossroads now because Paisley really wants a Mini. So the adult in me thinks that she should get a Mini Clubman with the 4 doors. It's like a 4-door Mini, and it's all-wheel drive, and it's a little bit higher off the ground because she's going to be driving it at university. So the adult in me knows that that's the car that is the practical choice that she should have to go to school. The unadult in me thinks that we should get a Mini Cooper convertible for her. Because, if you're going to finish out your last few months of high school and then your summer between high school and university and head up to university, who the fuck doesn't want to do that in a Mini Cooper convertible? And they're about the same.
You save the price of the roof.
They're the same price, basically.
She's going to be fucking freezing in the winter, man. In a convertible with the top, like with a soft top.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
She's not going to be happy in the winter.
But the car is so, I love those cars since they brought them out. I just like them to begin with. I think they're cool.
Can you get them with the hard top?
Yeah, they make a 3-door hard top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe if you got her the hard top, but
if you're gonna go with the hard top, you might as well get the practical 4-door all-wheel drive one.
Yeah, but if it's removable.
No, the hard top's not. I've never seen one with a removable hard top.
Okay, then.
That I've never seen. But I'm torn because I know what we should buy for her. Well, it's debatable we should even buy her a Mini. We should probably buy her something else. But yeah. I started looking at cars after this happened because obviously we need to get a car. And I didn't realize how fucking worthless they are. Like, they're fucking worthless. Like I'm looking at these cars and I'm like, this 2023 Mini Cooper S fully loaded convertible with 11,000 kilometers on it is like 32 grand. And I'm like, I couldn't buy a 2012 2500 for 32 grand.
I've looked, yeah.
Like,
for sure.
And it's like bi-weekly payment, $125. Like, it's going on. Like, I haven't looked at buying a car in like so long. Because I mean, everything we buy is like, the trucks are $100K. The bin truck is $330K. The triaxle is $295,000. Like, the machines are $100 grand. Even if you're buying an MT 100 now, they're $54,000. Like the trailers like a dump trailer used to be, pretty cheap. Now they're like 17,000. Like, it just, everything we buy is so outrageous for what it is that I'm looking at these cars. I'm like, this car is like fucking fully loaded, cross-stitched leather interior, John Cooper edition, fucking 2-liter turbo, like lime green, fucking twin race. It's like the sickest looking little car, like with the 10K on it, like 30 grand. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is crazy. I just never, I don't buy, I haven't bought a car. And like, I remember the last time I bought a car or even looked at buying a car. Like, when I left Ridge Lake, I bought a Volvo for $2,500 just so I had because I didn't know what I was doing with my life and I needed a personal vehicle because I'd always driven a company truck. But I haven't looked at buying an actual car probably in like 25 years.
Yeah. I think they're cheaper because, I mean, you can't make any money with them in comparison to work stuff like trucks and stuff. You can make a couple bucks with a truck, right?
Well, also,
Go out and work your ass off, but you're not going to make any money in a little Cooper.
this is the first time in the last 50 years that pickup truck sales went down, and they went down between 5 and 10% last year. So you've probably hit, you're right. There is a crowd of people who can make money with trucks, but then they're selling a lot of trucks to people who don't make any money with them and just use them as. But now, because even a halfway decent 1,500 pickup truck with some luxuries is $75,000.
Yeah, unreal.
Like, it's now become a luxury item. It's cheaper to buy a Cadillac.
For sure. My Mercedes is way cheaper than any F-150.
Yeah, or if you bought like a 1,500 Denali, there's still $97,000.
Yeah.
How much was the Mercedes?
I want to say 45 grand,
Wow.
you know?
Yeah. It's this whole thing has just opened me up to this world of like, because even if Kelly and I were looking at a vehicle for her, we'd probably be looking at like a fucking Yukon. If she didn't, like, she likes driving her pickup truck, but if she didn't want it, she'd probably want a Yukon or something. Like, I haven't looked at small vehicles in an eon. I'm like, this thing is like, I don't know, like 100. One of them, I don't know, maybe the convertible one was like 257 biweekly or something. I'm like, well, I could go pick up pop bottles in the fucking ditch and get that. Like, like what the fuck? Like, the payment on the bin truck, I think, is $4,800 tax in, and we thought that was a bargain.
I think that's all right. What are you
I
putting
thought it was all right too. We put down 10 grand.
on your new bin truck?
Yeah.
And it's only $4,800?
Yeah.
What's my payment going to be? Holy Jesus.
I don't know.
How would I do that?
That's
math?
tax in too.
Yeah, okay. Let's say 358.
It's also over 7 years, but I was like, I'm not like, I don't care. Like, whatever. Like, everyone's saying, got to have the cash flow. So I'm like, I'd rather keep this truck, and we're going to have it from brand new. So we'll take care of it. And
Divided by 60 months. Yeah, if my bin truck might be like 3 grand a month
yeah,
Wow.
by the time we're done with it. But that's with $200,000 down,
Oh.
5 years.
yeah. So we're doing 7 years with 10,000 down. But
Hey,
I
whatever.
just would rather not suck the.
It really doesn't matter as long as you're comfortable with it, right?
Well, if we only had one
Wash.
truck to make a payment on, I would probably say, but we have like when the new bin truck comes, there'll be $1 million worth of trucks sitting there in 3 trucks.
Yeah.
Like Christie's truck, Andrew's truck, and the new bin truck is $1 million.
It doesn't take much, eh?
No, it's 3 trucks. We still have 2 other ones sitting in the yard.
I'm slowly running out of trucks in the yard. I
Yeah.
have 3 5 tons. I got the 750 that's for sale and the Cummins tandem. And that's it. This is the least number of trucks I've had in like 5 years. Yeah.
Did you find someone else to buy the Cummins tandem?
I got a couple interested guys today, actually. I pumped
How
it
much are
on
you selling it for?
80 grand. 75 grand? Yeah. So we'll
I
see.
sold the little hook truck for $15,000.
With no motor.
Yep. It had it had a it has a motor that runs. It's running. The motor's running. It's just not. I don't know how much longer it will run for.
You should have bought my little cat in the Freightliner that's for sale. Could have
Mm.
swapped it, put it right in there and get back to work.
Oh yeah. Is it a cat motor in the Freightliner?
It's only 6 grand for the truck, the whole truck. You get the aluminum rims, you get the
Oof.
chassis.
What cat motor is it?
I don't
What
know.
year is the truck?
7.
What?
Is he 7?
That's the same motor that's in the little bin truck.
Exactly.
Oh.
Maybe Bywar
Wait,
wants to buy it.
well, you should ask why.
The
You should
motor.
message. You should message him and say I have a truck with a running C7 in it. He'll probably buy it off you.
Yeah,
I'll
get it down to Toronto.
I'll send him your number right now.
It's the truck is potentially sold, but it's some fucking Frenchman. I could care less if they take it. They never gave me a deposit. Or you could pull the motor and leave the rest of the truck behind. I don't give a
See
shit.
the difference between like Bywar has a shop with a mechanic in it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So he bought the truck. If the mechanic starts tearing the motor down, and like I think the injectors in the pump were going to be like 10 grand by themselves just to buy.
Yeah.
But like I don't have a shop and I don't have a full-time mechanic, and Brad is certainly capable of rebuilding the motor, but he doesn't have time and he has more customers than us. He can't spend, I don't know, what does it take, like a week or something? 2 weeks. I have no concept of what it takes to rip apart a diesel motor and put it back together. I I
That's a
can't.
very intimidating job.
It a
I
hundred
want no
percent
part
is.
in that.
I don't want any part of it either.
So we're almost out of trucks. Oh, we may have sold the backhoe today too.
Really?
Yeah. My backhoe dealer called me. He's like, "Would you take this much?" Yeah, just get it out of here. Get it out of here. Take a bath for $8,000 on the backhoe.
What you're taking a bat? When did you buy it though?
2 years ago.
So you bought it like
Prices were higher then, for sure.
you bought it in the middle of the pandemic or just after the pandemic, and you're
Just after.
selling it in a very depressed market.
Yeah. Things aren't great right now, but it's okay.
Bywar wants to know what you want for the truck.
It's 6 grand. I got a bunch of, like, if he doesn't want it, I'm not offended. I have a laundry list of 50 people who want the truck. I'd just rather not deal with them.
Yeah,
When can I come and see it?
I sent him your number.
It's at the mechanic right now. They're pulling the tank off.
Text me a picture of it, and I'll text it to him.
The truck or the motor?
I don't know. Do you have a picture of
Spirit
the
of the
motor?
truck. Like, you can't even see
This is the only podcast. Like you don't get this kind of shit when you're dealing with the Kid Contractor podcast. They're talking about actual issues. This is a podcast where people are listening to me trying to sell your truck to Bywar so he can take the motor out of it and replace the motor that off in the truck he just bought.
Hey. So once the tank's off, I'm probably gonna up the price just to get the people away. I can't find anything. I'll get something.
I'm telling him you're looking. So,
Silence is great for
that's what is good for podcasts. We're distracted trying to sell his truck. So that's what's going on with us, and we're gonna buy a mini. So,
mini,
we're gonna buy a mini for
like
Paisley
an
probably.
MT mini, or a mini excavator.
No, the mini car.
Oh, the mini car. Okay, yeah, yeah, that makes more sense.
Um,
I sold one of my Chinese mini skid steers.
You sold it?
really?
Yeah, the one that I didn't use ever. The really wide one.
Hmm. Did you get what you needed out of it?
I got $500 more than I paid for it.
Fucking nice.
Plus
Yeah.
the YouTube video has made me I don't know. I'll check it. Last I checked, it was about 1,500.
Wow.
You made 1,500 off the YouTube video. How many views do you need to get to make 1,500?
Let me tell you. But that's going to take a minute.
That's wild. Good for you.
So you pocketed $2,000 on that mini skid.
And still climbing because
That's better than I did on 6 Chinese excavators.
You should have made you should have made a YouTube video.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're doing this job where we have to, like, client called and said we have 10 to 15 loads of tested soil to get rid of. But first we have to find a place that's a full load road. So we find that. Then we have to find a way to get from the site to the full load road, all on full load roads. So I find that. Then, because it's a Lafarge site, we have to follow all their insane rules. And I'm on an email chain with like 7 or 12 people now regarding this 10 loads to 15 loads of soil. And you have to GPS track it, and someone has to watch it get loaded and authorize it through the app that they watched it get loaded into the truck. And it's crazy. Like, this whole thing, I'm like, the amount of time and effort that's getting put in to move 10 to 15 loads of soil. And this Mark Carney guy, like, I have spent the better part of 3 days trying to move this 15 loads of soil intermittently, like not my whole day, but all like good. And you got to organize the trucks on this certain route so that they can be GPS and they know that they're not stopping to pick up contaminated soil. Because I've got a fully loaded triaxle. I'm going to go on an adventure looking for some contaminated, like, I had to sign off on the cyberbullying policy in the fill site because there's a fuck ton of cyberbullying going on at fill sites. Like, what are you talking about? Like, there's
What was their DEI policy like?
there's a fucking guy in a dozer pushing. There's a shit ton of people from India dumping soil and us. Who's cyberbullying in this environment? Like,
The Indians, obviously.
are they cyberbullying each other? Like, why? I don't. What? And I don't.
They want to see your bobs and vagine.
I understand. You're going to high school. People don't like you. They start harassing you online. There's cyberbullying. I get it. I'm going to a fill site. I'm dumping some soil. There's some other dude I've never seen before and will never see again in my life dumping soil, and we leave. At what point do we online do they start, like, do they track this? Is there someone there tracking me down? Look at that dude. I'm gonna fucking send him some nasty dick pics. Like, what are we talking about? Like we need this. Like, but then Mark Carney thinks in this environment he's building 500,000 houses a year.
He is
Not in Dougie Ford's Ontario is he building that. You couldn't move enough soil. The person I'm dealing with, under their name, their title is Circular Economy. What does that even mean? It says their name, then it says Circular Economy, soil person, whatever. Like, what the fuck is circular economy? It's like watching a Mark Carney fucking press conference. Like he would fit in great at the fill dump. Bunch of people
bury him in there. Why don't you?
Cyberbullying and fucking. I don't know. I found the whole experience to be a wild experience.
So you unloaded the 10 loads or whatever.
We haven't done it yet. We're going to do it tomorrow. So I have to spend all day tomorrow dealing with this because you have to open up. You can't. There's no app to directly download. So you have to go into a browser, then type in an exact website, Then it brings you to this thing. Then you go to the home page. Then from the home page, you can pick options. And one of them says, put this on your home screen. And it's not really an app, but it's sort of an app. And then it's on your home screen. Like, it's the most convoluted fucking thing. And that's the GPS tracking thing.
So
There's a map for the pit. I mean, the map for the pit is actually outstanding, I think, because it's all like cartoons and pictures, and this is where the porta potties are, and shows the truck driving to the porta potties. That's the only place you can get out, is at the porta potty station. Like, I think because the majority of people coming to this place probably don't speak English, this map is very colorful and all symbols. So it's just, I'm amazed at what it takes to accomplish this. And then people wonder why houses, on top of there being not enough houses, why they're so fucking expensive. But, you know, how he planned, like, I think it's basically, he says from day one, he's going to start constructing a house every 16 minutes or something. What are you talking about, man?
I don't think he's going to do that.
I hope he does nothing. I think if he loses, he'll vanish into thin air.
Think he's gonna lose?
I don't know. It's going to be tight, maybe. I don't know, because, like, people our age generally don't respond to polls. And people younger than us definitely don't respond or care about polls, and are certainly jaded to the media and polls. So you know who does respond to polls?
Boomers.
Boomers. Because they're sitting at home doing nothing, responding to polls. So the majority of boomers supposedly are voting liberal because they want to keep the status quo and they want to keep the value of their houses rising. They want mass immigration, and they want their house value to continue to skyrocket up because they bought their house for $10,000 30, 40, 50 years ago or whatever. So, but they're the only ones that respond to polls. So can you really believe in the polls? Also, like, I've talked to lots of people who are conservative, and not one of them have ever gotten asked to participate in a poll.
I've never. Yeah.
So the polling companies are fully aware of who you are. They've bought your information off of Facebook, and, like, they know your whole history before they send it. The polling companies have a pretty good idea of what you're going to vote when they send you the poll. They didn't randomly come across your information. They bought it off someone else.
Yeah.
Like, some polling company isn't flipping through the fucking phone book. They're calling Meta, and Meta's selling off your information. And Meta's also going to sell off which way your posts lean. Like, if you like, it's so easy to set up a poll to show exactly what you fucking want in today's world.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. We'll find out in a couple of weeks, eh?
I guess, yeah. 3 weeks, 3 weeks.
Well, I talked to my partner today about it, and, like, regardless of what happens, it's all pretty much the same, right? Like, shit doesn't change that fast. It's not life-changing like in America, where some guy gets in and then fires off tariffs all across the world. Like, I don't think things move that fast in Canada.
No.
The only way to beat the government is to make more money. Just to get more money.
No, because the current prime minister of our country knows exactly how to beat the government and use tax havens in Bermuda.
Yeah.
And when asked, will you close these loopholes? He directly said no.
Yeah.
So if you want to know how to beat the government, just
not even beat the government, just live better than everybody else. It's to make more money.
Follow the prime minister's lead.
Yeah, I suppose. It's the only way. It doesn't matter. Like, after you make a certain amount of money, it doesn't matter who's in power. You're going to get fucked either way. You may get fucked less by one guy than the other, or you may feel better about it. But regardless, the government's too big, and it's still And there's so much red tape everywhere.
Yep.
Or I'm just not happy with anything. You know?
Well, that's true.
So my solution is to go out and make more money and make my life as good as possible as they try and tear it down.
You'll own nothing and you'll be happy living in Carney's modular homes built by Brookfield.
What happens if I already have a home? Do I have to give it up to get a modular home?
Probably, yeah, because they're going to take your land that you live on and they're going to build 500,000 modular homes a year.
Yeah,
On top of the buried asphalt.
on top of the buried asphalt. It's not buried.
Be some
Uh,
Go ahead.
do you guys want to provide some value in this episode? I've got a quote that I just got denied on that they said I was twice the price as other contractors. Do you guys
Yeah.
want to try to quote this one here?
sure.
Okay. I'm not going to say my price.
Why not?
Well,
Or
I'll
I
say it
think
at the
you
end.
Okay,
I'll say it at
yeah.
the end. There's a bit to this though, so you guys might want to.
I got a pen and paper.
And I just got to add up all the square footage and areas here. So,
Do you
we've
want
got
this year's prices or the right prices?
this year's.
Sorry, let me get a piece of paper.
Why
I'm
are
gonna-
you more competitive this year, Chad?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're cutthroat.
Let's go this year because I'm sure other people are thinking the same.
So we're pricing this like we need this job right now?
yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
So we've got 800
Does it have
and
to be done by May 24?
as soon as possible. Yeah.
Okay.
875 square feet of interlock in the backyard, tight access, so you can only get like 40-inch at most machine in the back.
Can I pull a fence panel?
You could, yeah,
Even if-
for sure you could.
even
They
if it's
just got their fence done and they're pretty.
Too bad. Should have thought about that.
Yeah. So 875 square feet of interlock, patio, 400
Right on the ground.
on grade.
Okay.
We've got about 500 square feet of sod.
Well, that's free.
Three steps.
I allowed for one roller on the outside.
Oh, sorry. Wait. Sorry. 1,075 square feet of interlock.
So that's on top of the 875?
No. That's the total. I missed a part.
Okay.
1,075 of interlock. So 500 square feet of sod, 2 steps.
How big are the steps?
They are, I think they wanted Melville steps or something like that.
4-footers.
Yeah, something like that. And then we need to overlay concrete and a porch and 5 steps that are each 6 feet wide. So
What
the
do you-
concrete overlay total square foot was about 150 and 6 steps to be capped.
What material are you using?
That was going to be
Blue
natural
45.
stone.
Oh, natural stone.
Yeah.
Okay. You got all that, Jack?
And then there's one more retaining wall here.
Okay.
95 linear feet and 18 inches high. That's it. So for our audience, I'll repeat those. So 1,075 square feet of interlock, 2 steps, 500 square feet of sod. Those 2 steps are 4-footers. We've got concrete overlay of about 150 square feet, 6 overlay steps, plus the risers with those 6 steps. And a 95 linear foot retaining wall, 18 inches high. And there were 10 trees, 5-foot trees that I did not quote, but that's
A 5-foot tree, like conifer or a it
I'm
doesn't
not
matter
a
if you
tree planting
quote it.
person, so I didn't.
You know what a conifer is?
Is
have
the
no
square
idea.
footage of the 6 steps getting overlaid included in the 150, or is the 150?
No, those are separate.
Those
Yeah.
are separate? Okay.
Yeah. I actually quoted removing about 100 square feet of the concrete, just because if you were to cap it, it was going to be 11 inches high. But they were against removing the concrete for some reason.
This is a nice job.
Yeah. As you guys are doing that, their response to me was, "Thank you for the detailed quote, taking your time. Have no doubt you would do a great job," because I sent them all the great information. But the pricing was quite a lot higher than other quotes we received, so we're going with another contractor. So I just emailed back and asked them if they would be willing to disclose. And I was 20. Shouldn't give the price. I was
Do it. Fucking do it.
no, until you guys are done quoting there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got my price. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I was twice as high as the lowest quote. Chad, what's your price?
$47,575.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was way high.
Hold on. I can tell you mine.
Last year price, Chad, what would you have been?
51, 52.
Damn.
I'm 75,000.
Wow. Yeah, PK's close to me.
700.
I was 79,715.
You guys, your markets can hold more than mine can. Like,
I don't I like for that retaining wall, I just did it quick. I was $150 a face foot. I don't know how you're doing
Yeah,
it cheaper
I'm
than that and making
similar
any
than
money.
that. Yeah.
that's $75 a base foot.
I don't know how you make any money at $75, but obviously you do. You have way more money than I do, so obviously you figured that out. But
Yeah. What's the product? Doesn't matter, like,
It was
I got, like, a
tandem wall.
What's a tandem wall?
That's isn't that the one with the face panels?
Fucking
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not using that bullshit. If that's what they want, too bad. Get something else. You'll get a Brandon wall. I'll give you that. 25 bucks a square foot. Yeah, I can make money at that.
So I was 25 to 38 higher, which means Chad, you were in the range of that 25K. 25, 60. Yeah.
I would have won. Send them
So
my way.
so I was $35. This is quick math, right? Without seeing the job. I was
Yeah.
$35 a square foot on the pavers. I was $2,000 for the sod. What were you for the pavers, Chad? Low 20s?
26 bucks a square foot.
Mid 20s. So
Mid-20s.
I'm just trying to figure out where our differences were. So I was 35 a square foot for the pavers. You were 26, right? How much were you for the 500 square feet of sod?
1,200 bucks.
I was 2,000. I don't know how you, anyways. I had 2 steps for 1,500.
2 steps, 2 grand.
You charged 2 grand for the steps?
Yeah.
But they're like $100 Melville steps. Anyways, whatever. You beat me on that.
Yeah.
So
Like,
we're
just
good.
because one thing is low doesn't equate.
You crushed me on that. 150 square foot overlay, wet lay. I was $40 a square foot.
Lay. Oh, you never told me
It's
wet lay.
wet lay with well, I said it's natural stone. Like, how are you not doing natural stone in a wet lay?
I'm fucking PLing that shit on there. I've never had a client call me back and said my step came off. Knock on wood. Fuck.
So I was 4,000. I was $40 a square foot for the overlay. What were you competitive with that, Mike?
I can't remember what my square footage was on the overlay. That was a little bit tricky because of the way that their steps are built. They've got some sort of like tackifier on it, so you would have to grind it down and get to
No one told me
concrete.
that.
No, I know, but that's probably where
So-
our difference came in there in price too, PK.
Why? So how much were you on this job?
I was 79,715.
So you were 4 grand more.
Yeah.
So what were you for the overlay, Chad?
5,500 bucks.
Yeah. So we were close. So how much did you charge per step for the 6 steps?
That was including the steps.
Oh, I was 7,200 to do the steps.
I also wouldn't use natural stone, right? The natural stone's probably twice the price as.
I was 7,200 just to do the 6 steps.
7,200, and how much were you for the overlay?
6,000.
Yeah, I was 13,625 for the overlay stuff.
So we were literally like neck and neck.
Yeah.
The steps are hard and the coping's expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
And
would
you
have
and you
on that.
and you got to cut. I'm assuming you got to cut the side, right? Cut the triangles to go to the side to go up the
Yes.
side of the steps.
Yeah,
Like
portion of it.
that's hard, skilled work. It's not
Yeah.
easy. And then the retaining wall, I was 150 a face foot. So I was 21 375 on the retaining wall.
Yeah, I was 19,965 on the retaining wall.
So what were you for the pavers, Mike?
46,125.
So what, like, I don't understand how yours got so, because I was 37 for the pavers. I was 37 for the pavers, 2,000 for the sod, 1,500. I mean, Chad undercut me on those, or I undercut Chad on those steps. I crushed his ass on those steps. So what was the winning bid?
The winning bid would have been 79,715 minus 38,000.
Minus 38,000.
Yeah, so that's 71, 41, about 4,100, 41,000.
Still
That
would
was you would have won the job for sure.
no. I was 47.
I thought you said you were 37.
No. 47.
Oh, 47. Okay. You might have made, I thought you said 37. I'm like, how the fuck are you making
No,
money
no.
doing this for 37? Like,
I know my price wasn't good, but it wasn't
how
37.
many kilometers are on your truck?
800 some on that. The Freightliner, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. 800 and some. I just bought it for the tank. The rest of it is worthless to me.
And for our audience listening, PK and Chad did not have access to the site. They didn't see that. They just went off my measurements. So obviously there's going to be discrepancies there.
I would probably hold that price, even if I didn't see the site. As long as I could get an MT100 back there,
That's like half that price is like materials.
probably. I don't care. If we don't win on that one, knock on wood, I have never lost money on a brick job, except for the one I didn't get paid on. But other than that, I've never paid to do a job. And if we don't win on this one, we'll get on the next one. The long
Fair.
season, there's lots of ways to make up for it.
Yeah. Jack and I squeezed some stuff this year already because I wanted to work.
We got a lot coming up, man. We got to build a green roof. I've never built a green roof.
They're super fun.
There's 10,000 square feet of pavers on this green roof. So
They're super fun. What are you putting them on? Limestone or pedestals or like how are you doing
no
it?
clue. No clue.
How did you bid it without knowing?
I didn't. It went to my partner. I think Jack bid it for my partner. Then we won it, and then we're just gonna do it. So
So Jack knows more about it than you do.
absolutely. Which is fine. I think that's how big companies run, right?
It's
Like the site
100%.
foreman.
It's 100% how big companies run.
The site foremen don't always know what things cost. They just know they have to do it faster.
Yeah. I don't. We hired a new he's I think he's going to slowly become an operations person and take it off of my plate. But
Nice.
yeah, he's a very experienced guy from our previous customer who no longer exists.
Oh,
He was their most experienced foreman. So I had a meeting with him and we had a good discussion and we always got along when that company existed. And not always. The first time we met, I think we're very similar. So we had a bit of a rough go with each other because we're kind of the same people. But then we came to have a very deep mutual respect for each other by the time that company packed it in, and so now he's here with us. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good mix. It'll be a good